What's going on, guys? My name is Matt Omega, and welcome back to Let's Play Ratchet and Clank. In the last episode, we beat the game! And pretty self-explanatory, really. And in this episode, we are going to be going over a lot of the stuff that we can do now that we have indeed beaten the game. So, at the moment, we've started a brand new game here, but we've started in challenge mode, which was an option that we had at the end of the game after we beat Drek, and that is signified on our saves by having that little R next to it. So there's an R and another number next to it. That's how many times we've gone back into challenge mode from this file. Challenge mode. Yeah, that's what it is, challenge mode. Challenge mode is Ratchet and Clank's New Game Plus. And in New Game Plus, we get to start the game all over again. The enemies are slightly stronger. Not by too much, I believe, but definitely just a little bit stronger. And you get to keep all of all of our bolts. If we upgrade our nanotech, that would carry over as well. And we keep all of our weapons. And what's the word I lost? Non-mandatory gadgets. That's what I wanted to say. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Non-mandatory gadgets, which basically is just the PDA. In my quick stack, I'm going to quickly equip these two. Now, you may be wondering where the Mine Glove and the Walloper came from. Well, I went back to my save file right before I beat the game, and I bought these two and beat Drek again, so I'd have them here. Because, these are the two weapons that I never bought and never did show off. And at the same time, I only really used the Decoy Glove once on our revisit to Velden, and I want to show off exactly what that does as well. So I'm going to be kicking things off by showing off these weapons, just to let you know what we're missing out on. So the Decoy Glove here fires out a little decoy, which it aggroes enemies. It draws enemies to attack it, and then it explodes. Which, yeah, pretty simple. It's just a thing to get enemies off your back. Next up, we'll use the Walloper next. So the Walloper, as I mentioned, is our alternative melee weapon for this game, and you may think that I've got a thing for the alternative melee weapons. You might think I like them a fair bit, maybe enough to do a particular challenge based on them. Wink, wink. But what the Walloper does, well, we actually kind of saw it demonstrated for us on Clearby 3 with the test dummies. What happens is we press circle and we just go launching ahead in a straight line to hit any enemies in our path. Thing is, while I do get my kicks out of a lot of the melee weapons in the series, this one's not exactly one I go to a lot, just because you only really go in a straight line like this. There's not a whole lot of sideways coverage. It doesn't go that great a distance. And you might not be able to see it properly, but there's like about half a second or so right after you reach the end of the punch where you can't actually move. So you're leaving yourself wide open, which is why I don't really like to use it all that much. And finally, we have this thing. What the Mine Glove does is you throw out a mine. It might be better to show off a little head where I can get a little more distance off this. So you throw out a mine, and when an enemy comes near, it activates and goes in for the kill. This can be useful in any situation you want to be a bit more tactical. Oh yeah, we'll still be equipped with the Bolt Grabber as well, won't we? Yeah, we'll still have the Persuader, the Bolt Grabber, and the Mathematic as well. Yeah, everything that's not mandatory for us to pick up, all the side stuff. Yeah, if you want to be more tactical about things, this can be useful. If you're, like in a scenario where, you can track enemy movements and place these along their path, or if you want to, or it might help in luring enemies away to take care of them somewhere else. Like, you throw down a mine somewhere, you lure an enemy over to it, and it takes care of it. Stuff like that. But the thing is, any situation in which these things could have been useful, I just used the agents, and it was a lot more fun to do so. Now then, we've shown off the weapons that I didn't show off. Now, let's go into this actual little menu that's appeared in our menu. It's a good sentence, Matt. That was a good sentence. So, we have the goodies menu, which I did kind of talk over her, but the help desk lady She did mention the goodies menu after we defeated Drek, right when we had that option screen to either time walk back before we beat him or to go into challenge mode. So this will appear after we defeated Drek. We don't need to go into challenge mode to access it, just to defeat Drek. And we got a few things. First up here, skill points. So after we beat Drek and gain access to the goodies menu, we can finally look at all the skill points of the game, and it will tell you how to achieve all of them. So for a first time player, this is probably how you're going to find out that these things even exist. Now, of course, gaining the skill points, as I've clearly demonstrated by, the entire Let's Play, you don't need to have access to the goodies menu to actually achieve them. You can just, if you know what they are, you can just go for it and do it in your first playthrough. The same cannot be said, however, with the cheats. So I have no cheats activated at the moment because you need to unlock the cheats by performing a certain string of movements. I'll show off how to unlock these in a bit because I'm going to need Clank for a couple of them, but this is something that we need the goodies menu to access. I don't know if you can actually input the cheat codes of a fresh file. I might try that a bit later, but it makes sense if you couldn't because, you can only access this menu from the goodies menu, which you can only access after beating Drek, and, it might think it'd be a bit weird, or, a bit, what's the word I want? Basically, you'd be in a situation where you couldn't turn them off, so it makes sense if they'll look behind that. But we can also go and watch the credits all over again. We can watch any of the pre-rendered cinematics, any of the in-game cutscenes, which we only have these. I'm assuming this is going to just keep growing as we go through the game all over again here in challenge mode. And, of course, we got a sketchbook. It's like some earlier sketches of Ratchet. I pressed the wrong button. Some earlier sketches of Clank, of Ratchet and Clank, the final sketch along those lines. We got Fort Krontos on Battalia. These are parts off the logging site in Eudora. This is from Planet Core 2, the Blarg Depot on Planet Gaspar, the bomb factory on Hoven, a hanging power source for one of our factories. Can you... Which one is that? Oh, well, don't really care. Nothing from Eudora, the logging site, Gorda City on Altanis, Metropolis, Quark's HQ on Umbris, some structures from Blackwater City, a fully colored sketch of Fort Krontos on Battalia, Blarg Troopers and Commanders, some robot designs, Ratchet's first ship, which we don't get to see for very long, the Quark ship and the cargo ship that we get later, and the Blarg fighter ship that we pick up from Gemlik. Some other little vehicles there. The Grind Boots, the Mine Glove, Giant Clank, some more enemy designs, Al, the Wrench, the Suck Cannon and the Visibomb Gun, the Hydro Pack, the Glove of Doom, and the Bomb Glove, another early sketch of Ratchet, and the US box art. So pretty cool. And we got the epilogue in here, which is basically just their magazine covers of all the characters now. So Ratchet, the furry mechanic who created a panic. 10 gadgets, top 10 GIF ideas for this holiday season. I was on reverse racetrack tragedy claims 5 robots. Oh my god. Washed up, will do anything for a few bolts, Quark. So this is going into the drama behind Quark. Is Skid hooked on Nano? Is he? Heavy artillery. There's the Rhino right there. Can't wait to get that thing in 150 grand from now. Popular plumbers. I saved the galaxy from an evil mutated strain of dry rot. I kid you not. And tips to fixing derelict turrets. Nice, nice. Clank Run Robot of the Year! Yay! That's great. Oh, jeez. An amoeboid ate her and now she's in love. Oh, shit. How long is your wrench? Which nanotech do you really need for performance in the bedroom? Rilgar times. Rhino salesman pleads not guilty. Navalis native claims his brother turned him into a chicken. Battalion Chronicles. Lone Commando wins war, or so he says. Hoverboarder magazine. The best way to a man's heart is through his ribcage. That's not incorrect. Some real estate on planet Umbris. Ratchet and Clank the motion picture. Nice. We wouldn't see this until 14 years later. How about that? I mean, it's kind of like the reimagining of this, more so from like Quark's perspective, if I'm understanding the story that right. I never actually saw the movie. I played the game of the movie, so I don't actually know what's really going on. Yeah, hot bots. I reckon Clank would really love this one. Alright, but we still have one more thing here, and we need to buy all the gold weapons to unlock this feature. Well, let's get right on that. First things first, I'm going to meet you guys on planet Novalis. And welcome back to Novalis. Now, the first thing you'll see here is we now have a new teleporter to the gold weapons room. Now, this is much like the one that we saw on the Gemlik base. However, instead of just 6, this one has all 10 gold weapons for us available to buy. So, plain and simple, the gold weapons are upgraded versions of every weapon that we have. And they cost 4 gold bolts each, and also a bolt amount between 10,000 and 60,000. 60,000 for the gold Tesla claw, only 20,000 for the gold bomb glove, which is a pretty good deal. I might actually buy that now just to make things easier in the long run. Yeah. Now, I'll go into the specifics of all the gold weapons once I've bought them all, but the problem the initial problem here is bolts. We're gonna need a lot of them. And we still have the Rhino to buy. I believe when I combined all the prices of these plus the Rhino, you're gonna need something like 410,000 bolts. And bolts are easier to come by in challenge mode. There's no bolt multiplier like there is in 2 or 3. Or onward if there's... Is there a bolt multiplier in Deadlocked? I can't remember. And I can't say anything about the future games because I haven't played them. One day. We're going to need to make some money. Fortunately, I know just the way to do that. I will see you guys in Blackwater City. And by Blackwater City, I of course mean Metropolis, because we got some cheats to unlock, and I needed at least Clank's helipack for that. So we're going to try and unlock all of them. So, how many cheats have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? About 7 of them. And like I said, we need to do a specific string of movements or actions. So it's like a little bit like a button input combo, except we're actually doing things. So I'm going to start off here. I came up to the training course because I think some areas here will just give me more space to be able to do it. Also, I need somewhere I can wall jump, and this was the closest place. So I need to perform 10 wall jumps, a double jump, and a hyper strike for this one. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, double jump, and hyper strike. And we've enabled that cheat. Go into the goodies menu. Trippy contrails, which pretty much is going to see an extra effect when we go down grind rails, I believe. Alright, so for the rest of them, I'm going to head up to the tallest tower of the obstacle course. Okay, so did I need to come all the way up here? Probably not, but I felt like it. Alright, so let's start doing a few more of these. So, what we got first? So go flip back, hyper strike, comet strike, double jump, hyper strike, flip left, flip right, and crouch for a whole second. So yeah, Clank's got a big old noggin. That was the big head Clank cheat. Alright, what is next? Alright, so I'll go this way. So I'm gonna need stretch jump, flip back 3 times, stretch, no, okay, I screwed that up. Stretch jump, flip back 3 times, Stretch jump. Flip back 3 times again. Stretch jump again. Flip back 3 times again. And crouch for a whole second. Now, I'm not going to see that one immediately, but that one is big head enemies. Clank has a large noggin. Enemies have massive domes. Nice, nice. Okay, so what's the next cheat here? Okay, so we want flip left, flip right, flip back 3 times, comet strike, double jump, comet strike, and hyper strike. Okay, that one didn't work. Some of these it's giving me 2 codes for it, so it's giving me like a code and an alternate code. The other code is pretty much the same thing except only 2 backflips. So left, right, 2, whoops, left, right, back, 2, comet, double jump, comet, and hyper strike. There we go. And for that one, again we can't see it immediately, but actors have oversized craniums. Actors, it means NPCs. So if I actually went down to Helga right now, she'd have a big old head. Can I see it from here? Yeah, look, you see a big old pigtails down there. This is great. Alright, what's next? So, go 3 backflips again. Crouch for a whole second. Stretch jump. And glide for a whole second. So I might need to go off the edge for this one. Okay. Whoops. Okay, I'll start from the edge. 3 backflips. Full second crouch. Stretch jump. And a whole second glide. Now Ratchet's got a big old head. Yeah. Ratchet's big head. So how many is that? That's 5? 2 more cheats for us to unlock. What have we got next? I'll just stay down here for the rest. I think I can get away with that. Alright, so 4 comet strikes. Backflip. Crash for a whole second. Backflip. Crash for a whole second again. And 4 more comet strikes. Alright, and for that, we've unlocked health gives invincibility at max. So, whenever we have full health and we pick up another thing of nanotech, we are invincible for 30 seconds. Nice. Alright, last one. Oh, this one's a bit complicated. Oh, this one has a simpler code as well. We'll see which one's which. Alright. Flip left 4 times. 3 wrench combo. Hyper strike. Flip right twice. Double jump. Flip right twice again. Double jump. And a full second crouch. Okay, once again, I'm going to need the alternate code. So, 4 left flips. 3 of them. Hyper strike. 4 right flips. Double jump and a 4 second crouch. There we go. And you see the camera kind of shifted there? That's because the world is now completely mirrored. We got a mirror world cheat as well. Alright, so that is all 7 cheats that we can access now that we've got access to the goodie menu. And when you input all those things, you can have a bit of fun. Alright, now I'm going to play through the Blackwater City. There we go. Now it's proportionate again. I'm going to hell. Anyway, we're here in Blackwater City. So, we need bolts. And we need a lot of them. Good thing I know of a particular trick. See, we're gonna need the Decoy Glove. For it has a hidden power. A power that is way, way more useful than what this thing is actually designed to do. With the Decoy Glove, we are actually able to jam ourselves between it and a wall and force Ratchet to clip right through it. Wall clipping is a pretty usual thing in Ratchet and Clank speedrunning, and, well, the walls of the original trilogy at the very least are, you know, they're made out of, well, essentially paper, so it's pretty easy to do. What I want to do is, I think it's this corner I want to stand in. I'm going to stand in this corner, look right down and a little to the side, I think. No, maybe just straight forward. See how that works for me. I'm going to fire that. That did not work the way that I wanted it to. Now, I'm not exactly an expert at this. I might actually be in the wrong corner too. This seems like it's probably better. So, look right down. Do that. Wait, where am I? Oh, I'm still on the outside. Hey, I'm not exactly a professional at this. You want the speedrunners for that one. Do I want to look slightly to the side, I wonder? No, I didn't do it. Oh, wait, no, I'm in. Yeah, alright. Usually what you want to do when you're trying to clip through a wall like that is you want to swing your wrench and then press the analog stick in the direction you're going at the same time. That usually gets you some results. And what you want to do in here is you want to follow this little ledge around. If you fall off there, then we're just going to fall back to another part of Blackwater City. So we want to be really careful. And just keep going into first person mode to make sure you're still on the right track. All the way around until we go through this other wall here. Now to a little open area here. And down there, do you recognize those lights? Well, those over there, that's the laser maze. But those out there, that is the hoverboard track. And that right there is the building right before the elevator that would bring us up. We want to jump down to there. We don't want to land directly on top of it because there's a part kind of around that circular part there where we can stand on, but the inside of that will just clip right on through. So, I'm going to high jump up to give it as much time as I can to load in and hope I'm in the right spot. Okay. Again, you don't want to land anywhere within where this dome is going to appear, because you'll clip right through it. On the edges here, you're fine. It may take some very last second repositioning because we saw how late everything loaded in here, but as we can see, the racetrack is also completely loaded up. So we can just long jump down there. And now we have complete access to the whole racetrack while we're still on foot. Now, if you're playing, I believe it's an original copy of the game. This would have been like the first, I think, the original NTSC copy, I believe, before any reprints, because, or maybe it's just the original copy of any kind, because this game was reprinted as a Platinum Cell, which that's what my copy is. It's a Platinum. So it might just be just original copies, or it might just be the original NTSC copy, but basically the earliest copies you can, there is an extra glitch in there where if you talk to the lady that starts the race while you're wearing the hologuise, you will spawn on the track still in the hologuise and be able to, you know, wrench swing out of it, and you'll be down on the track on foot. But in later versions, so the Platinum Cello re-release, the HD collection, yada yada, you won't be able to do that. But, like I said, clipping through walls is incredibly easy. What we want to do is we want to head down the racetrack until we get to this big old ledge up here with all those crates. I'm going to take out all the amiiboids here. Things are a bit finicky down this way, but never mind that. I think if I turn around and turn back, Okay, so that might not have exactly done what I'm thinking of, but the thing about this track is that a lot of things on it are programmed to respawn when the camera can't see them anymore. So this may not apply to these enemies, I'm not too sure, but what it definitely applies to are those crates up there. So if we stand just under where those crates are, start using the taunter, we can hear that it's breaking a ton of boxes. Now, I can't remember if I mentioned that the taunter actually has the ability to break boxes, but it's doing that now. And because those crates are off screen, they are going to endlessly respawn. So what you want to do is get all this set up, get onto the racetrack on foot, stand right under these crates, and get something to hold down the circle button on your controller while you go and do something else. Come back a couple hours later and see how many bolts you have. This is... I don't know if there's any other methods of getting infinite bolts this way, but this is definitely the most infamous of them. And so you can essentially you can stand here and just keep doing this for as long as you want. One thing to keep in mind though is that you can only pull this off once in a playthrough. I'm not sure exactly how that all works. After you've done it once and then try again later, these boxes will no longer spawn in at all. So I'm not sure what's going on there particularly, but do keep in mind only once per playthrough. If you want to do it again, you're going to have to play all the way through to the end of your run, beat Drek, go into challenge mode again, and then get all the way back to Blackwater City so you can do it again. So I am just going to stand here until I have, I bought the bomb glove, that was 20 grand. So I'm going to stand here until I have about 400,000 bolts. I'll see you guys in a few hours. It's an easy process, but it is a slow one. Okay, so roughly 4 hours later. Yeah, that is how long it took. I did say that it would be a slow process. But I did manage to amass over 400,000 bolts. So, I can just go off and die. Yeah, like that. I forgot I still had the big head cheat on for that. Anyway. So we should have enough bolts now to not only be able to buy the Rhino, but also all the gold bolts. So I'm going to backtrack through here real quick so I can get the Rhino. And here we are. Sir, I have the money. Do I want to keep the cheat on? I kind of want to keep the cheat on. I'm going to keep the cheat on.
Oh, this thing is heavy. Yeah, try carrying it around in your trench coat for 2 months.
Thank you, sir. We'll be sure to tell everyone about your services.
Listen, you little twerp. If you tell anyone what you saw, what we talked about.
Do I even have to say it?
Yous two have a nice day.
I should have turned it off. I should have, but I didn't want to, and I'm so glad I didn't. Oh, it's gold. It's gold, people. It's a comedic gold. Got a cheap comedic gold, but gold nonetheless. So, we now finally have the Rhino. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to head back to Novalis. I'm going to buy all the rest of the gold weapons. And, how's about I show off what all these bad boys can do? So I've gone ahead and I've bought all of the gold weapons of the game. And I figured to show them off, why don't we go for one last little jaunt around the galaxy while we show them off, eh? So, there are a couple of common points between all the gold weapons. All the gold weapons have increased damage from their base forms, and extra effects like explosions, fire, electricity, stuff like that. Instead of their usual colors, they turn green. Like so. Green explosions. Now, for the bomb glove here, as you might be able to see, it also has a much larger blast radius. really, really big area of impact there. The Pyrocida, aside from the green flame, might not be too noticeable at first, but the flame that it spews out is actually a bit larger. So, you got a little bit more range on being able to hit enemies with it. I'm really loving this big head cheat, by the way. Next, we have the Blaster. And its added effect is that its bullets now ricochet. And little spaces like this, yeah, you can imagine that'll be hella useful. Did I really just say hella? Matt, get it through your head. You are not nearly cool enough to be able to actually say stuff like that unironically and actually not have it cringe as hell. Damn it. Now for my boys! The agents are now a lot bigger. It's that's about it, really. Yeah, I love these guys. Next is the Suck Cannon. Which for one, you can see has a much greater ammo capacity. And Jesus Christ, that thing's just even more horrifying with a larger head. And also it has a much longer vacuum range as well. So this thing, it just becomes really, really awesome in its gold form, being able to, you know, fit so much into its canister. Canister's the right word, yeah? That seems right. Yeah, we'll go with that. Next comes the Mine Glove. Bring this guy over. Well, yeah, not a whole lot more going on there, I don't think. Is the explosion bigger? I mean, I haven't really paid that much attention to the characteristics of the Mine Glove, so it might be bigger. But I just don't know because I don't care enough. Now, the Devastator possibly got the best deal out of the lot. For one, it has a much larger blast radius. For two, as you can probably see there, well, actually, another thing that was happening right there, it actually splits off into other rockets once it hits something. And third, and my favorite, the homing on this thing is so much better than it used to be. Look at that. I don't even have to try. Gold Devastator is the stuff of dreams, man. Now, the Gold Decoy Glove has a terrifying new design for Decoy Ratchet there. But as you might be able to expect from, you know, from its basic job description, the Gold Decoy Glove, it takes a little more punishment. Also, its explosion, I believe, is a little bit bigger. So yeah. It's still the Decoy Glove, just a tad more menacing. Gold Tesla Claw. Two major upgrades here. First, it has a lot greater range, and second, and probably the best part, it can lock onto and hit two enemies at once. This thing is an absolute menace, and when going through your extra playthroughs to get up all the bolts and do anything else you need to, this is probably the weapon you want to be hitting up first. Because it's just that awesome. And last but not least, we have the Goldmorpho Ray. Big ass chickens that explode. I believe these chickens also have decoy properties. And as you might have been able to guess, it also, you know, morphs the enemies a lot faster. So that does it for all the gold weapons, but there's still one more special weapon to show off, and well, I think we gotta go to a very special place to do that. Where better than the final planet of the game to show off the ultimate weapon? Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Rhino. Shoots out a whole volley of missiles, all of them doing more than Devastator levels of damage, and all of which lock onto individual targets. It's a very good lock-on, I might add. I mean, what more could you want? I mean, this is the sheer amount of destruction this thing is capable of. It's a wonder why this thing costs, you know, 150,000 bolts, you know, in the game of the series where bolts are kind of the hardest to come by. But, I mean, come on! Just look at all this. And if this isn't enough to convince you, well, let's go and fight Drek, huh? Don't even need giant Clank. Just take everything out with the Rhino. This is power. I think Clank's head was already like a giant Clank's size when it started, but now it's even bigger. Actually, like this, it's even more proportionate if you really look at it. Oh god, Drek's giant head with his tiny little body. Can't not love it. Jesus.
Useful to me after all.
Anyway. Oh yeah, and the shopkeep. God damn. But yeah. Drek. Now that we have the best weapon in the game. Yeah, if you're thinking that this is just going to be a complete and utter cakewalk, yes, you'd be correct. Once we actually get into the arena here, we'll see just how much the Rhino just shreds his health. Three shots. Keeping in mind just how much of an absolute tank that Drek's mech is. It is pretty insane. Can barely get any attacks in before I just move him on to the next phase. That's how much damage I've already done to him. He can't do anything. I'm hurting him too fast. Aha! Yes, that is just the unprecedented power of the Rhino. Now, after going through again, we've seen that we've got all the check marks there. We also now have all 10 of the gold weapons, which means we did unlock the last of the things in the goodies menu when we actually bought our last gold weapon. I'm going to show that off, but I also need to show off something else that I only just remembered I didn't show off during my trip through Velden. So, I'm going to meet you guys on planet Auxon, of all places. Head back on through this cab's little way, come back to this elevator, into this room that actually somehow has oxygen despite the rest of the planet having none, and back to the nanotech vendor here, because I never showed up actually getting the premium nanotech because I wanted to build up my challenge mode save file for extra challenge runs, which is still there. This is the clean file from right after I beat Drek. This is the one I'm using now to show off all the stuff. But, premium nanotech. So, 4,000 bolts, we increase our hit points by 1. Could have been pretty useful at a lot of situations. But, if we go back after buying the premium nanotech, when it actually wants to There we go. For 30,000, we can buy the Ultra Nanotech. Right through his head. And that puts us right up to 8. And that is all that. So that is pretty much everything aside from the final option of the goodies menu. We have a making of video. Oh, there's 2 things here. I think. No? No, I'm thinking of something else. Yeah, we have a making of video. Can I show this? I don't know if I can show this. I think for safety's sake, it's probably better that I don't play this. Maybe. I'm not exactly sure what the go would be on this one, but maybe better not to take the risk. But it is still cool that we unlocked a behind the scenes video in the game here for doing everything. I love it when games do that. They one of the one of the specials and unlockables and stuff is just like, you know, just behind the scenes stuff, making of stuff. But with that's everything. So that is it for Let's Play Ratchet and Clank, ladies and gentlemen. So, what's up next? Well, part of this Let's Play was getting a file ready so I could do my next challenge run, which I'm going to begin work on pretty much right after I finish recording this. I have 1 or 2 other things. Well, more like 1, but we'll see if I can make it 2. 1 or 2 other things in the meantime I might upload, like, kind of in the interim between working on major projects. No idea what the next Let's Play will be, but the next major thing will be another challenge video. But, you know, stick around for that. You know, stay tuned for what I have in the meantime as well. It's going to be really fun. And, yeah, that's it. So, once again, guys, thank you so much for watching Let's Play Ratchet and Clank. I had a hell of a good time with this one. I hope you guys did as well. And, as always, guys, thank you once again for watching, just to make it my little intro thing, because I get disoriented without it. And I've already gotten disoriented, so, you know, 5-star outro from me. But until next time, guys, my name is Matt Omega, and I'll see you guys later. You are now sheep. Haha. Wait, this isn't the sheepinator, this is the Morpho Ray. It's the chicken gun. Can I get anything right today? End the video already.